I'm Ian Johnson. We are here inside the Big Tire Garage. I'm going to show you how to build a hydraulic line for your hydraulic steering system using the PSC Motorsports reusable fittings, often referred to as field service fittings. The PSC Motorsports build-it-yourself hose kit includes the correct high-pressure hose and fittings. The fittings are two pieces, an outer nut that attaches to the hose and the fitting that clamps them together. With a set of soft jaws in the vise, secure the hose and install the outer fitting nut. Tighten by turning counterclockwise until the hose is bottomed out in the nut. Then clamp the outer fitting nut into the vise. Use some power steering fluid to lubricate the internal threads on the fitting. Install it into the hose and the nut. Turn it clockwise by hand to engage the threads and then tighten with a wrench. To determine the correct length of the line, connect one end and route the line to the cylinder. Mark the length and draw a line on the back of the hose to determine the clocking of your fitting. I like to cut my hydraulic hose with a hand grinder and a 4-inch abrasive blade. Assemble the next fitting following the same procedure as the first. Flush out the line with some power steering fluid and some compressed air. One thing to pay attention to when you're building your own hydraulic lines is the clocking of the fittings. Now, this particular line is a 90-degree on one end and a straight on the other. So it is what is referred to as infinitely clockable, because as I twist the line to line up this 90-degree fitting with the cylinder, the other end will just turn because it's obviously straight. But if I built this line with a 90 on one end and maybe a 45 or a 90 on the other, I want to make sure that the line is completely relaxed as I tighten the fittings. That's why I always mark the back of the line on the opposite side of the fitting to mark where it's going to be clocked. You don't want the line to have to be twisted or under tension to line up the fitting to tighten it, because if you do, the line itself will actually start to relax over time and can cause the fitting to loosen off. It's just one other thing you need to pay attention to. Now, the field service fittings will never hold the same amount of pressure as a crimped fitting will, but the benefits of being able to do a trail repair, honestly, in my opinion, far outweigh that, especially on a hardcore tube buggy. Now, this particular line, it's ready to install. For information on build-it-yourself hose kits or any PSC Motorsports components, head on over to pscmotorsports.com.